This is the land of Chief Spotted Tail and the Sinchagu Lakota Oyate, or Burnt Thigh Lakota Nation. We are the descendants of the Star People, and our relatives have always lived and been buried among one another. Like our grandparents, we are the translators of our people, and we have lived through historical times. In this seventh generation, we too have stories to tell. Midakiapi len kolom, imachiapi kishto, naha iyuha chante washtea, nape chiyusape. Outside documentarians often film the Lakota, coming to the reservation and highlighting the poverty, concluding that we are very resilient people. Instead of this, I have often said, I am only 2% of my ancestors' trauma, and I am 98% kick Custer's butt. In July 2021, an unprecedented historic event occurred. The Sinchagu Oyate repatriated the remains of 9 children from the Carlisle Indian School in Pennsylvania. Maud Swiftbear, one of those 9, was the niece of James and Marie Red Cormorant Woman Bordeaux, my great-great-grandparents. Wakeaja means children. The Lakota word comes from Waka, what is sacred or holy. Wakeaja suggests that our children have 1 foot in the spirit world and 1 foot in the physical world, and so we honor them. Repatriating the 9 children from Carlisle awoke a desire in me to go to the St. Francis Indian School and look in the nearby graveyard. I stumbled there upon a broken headstone with the name Aloysius Bordeaux, son of Carrie and Francis Bordeaux. Finding Aloysius' headstone was very unsettling. I wanted to know what happened to him and why he was buried in St. Francis, why I had never heard of him and how he died. I eventually found out that my grandparents had called him Sonny. He died of breathing problems. I had agonized for days thinking that Sonny was alone, but it did ease my mind to later find out that he is buried with my great-great-grandparents. My DNA ratio of trauma to kicking Custer's butt became modified. It went from 2% trauma to about 20% trauma, and the other 80% of me wanted to learn more. A loss that has become increasingly significant in my journey to document the Carlisle students has come from not knowing my own grandmother, Arlene Bordeaux, Sonny's sister. She passed away when my mother was a teenager, and her story is largely unknown. Her story involves the need for compassion, understanding, and care. I have dealt with this loss as we buried the children of Carlisle in our own cemeteries. Trauma, 35%. Kicking Custer's butt, 65%. While filming the repatriation, there were many journalists from all over trying for the best shots and the best video footage. I watched during these days and admired the awesome equipment and fancy cameras. But I told myself, they might have expensive equipment, but they don't have your view. So I think it's time to empower ourselves, to get out there with whatever equipment we have, and to fight for the best camera angles in telling our own story. As Indigenous people continue to articulate our own view of history, we create dialogue and the space for storytelling, interpreting, questioning, listening, and healing. As tribal people, we have a voice. It is a strong voice and a unique voice that carries both the pain and the survival of our ancestors.